guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, today I have something a little bit different than my usual content on this channel, and that is a review of these beautiful tarot cards. They are the Bonefire tarot cards by Schiffer. I'm still new at learning about tarot cards, but it's just something I wanted to share because this deck is absolutely stunning. A couple of small problems with it that I would like to see changed, but nothing too major. It's absolutely gorgeous. When I was learning about tarot and about how to choose decks, I seen a really good person on YouTube, I cannot remember the name, but they suggested that you pick a deck that speaks to you or you're instantly attracted to, and that helps build a better bond with your cards, which will help with reading. And this just screamed me, if I'm honest. It's set in a tattoo type of art on the card, which I'm like a tattoo enthusiast and I'm covered in them. When I seen it, it was my kind of art and I just loved it. So yeah, it comes in this beautiful box. That is the back of it. Has some beautiful pentacles and daggers and cups, and yeah. So yeah, I'll open it up for you, and inside is just as stunning. It comes with these ribbons that kind of hold the box up, so it's really nice. And then if I can show you, that's the art just in the side. I'll try to turn it around. That is the art just inside the box. It's just Bonefire Tarot. One of the problems that I have with this deck, not even the deck, it's the problem with it, is just the set it comes in. There is no string to pull this book out, so you kind of, every time you want to use the deck, you need to pull the first page to kind of get a grip on it, which after some time I imagine will do some damage to the book. So yeah, that's that. And this is just a kind of guide to the cards themselves. I'll just show you some pages. It just goes through your minor and your major arcana. Goes through each card. If my lighting will focus. There we go. And there. Couple of more pages. So yeah, it just goes into detail about each of them, what the artist was thinking while she painted it, and it's a really nice book to have. I really prefer this type of book when you pay this kind of money for a set. This set was €30 on Book Depository, but I really appreciate the consistency of actual holding a book in your hand like this when you're paying so much for a set. Whereas the Rider-Waite deck, I paid roughly much the same for the deck, and it came with this tiny book that doesn't give much detail into any of the cards really. It is tiny, there are no photos. And yeah, I really appreciate it's really a good guidebook. It's like handy to sit down with and read and kind of get a feel for the cards yourself, which kind of makes you a little bit closer to your cards and helps with reading them. So yeah, I will finally get into these beautiful cards. Like I said, there is no ribbon. There's no ribbon here either, but there is finger holds. Just try to fix that zoom. There we go. There is finger holds here to grab, but as again I say, at the time that is going to damage the cards. I'll just take this out of the way and I will show you some of the cards. First is the Fool. This is absolutely gorgeous. I'll try fix the zoom. There we go. It's absolutely stunning. And then we have the Magician, which, come on, like, this art is just absolutely out of this world if you ask me. There we can see some cards, the magic hat. The Magician is kind of evil on this, a couple of arcana. I know it's a major, but you can see the pentacles and some bones, daggers, and just really good representation. I'm sorry, good representation there. We then have the High Priestess, which again, the art is just, it's uncomparable if you ask me. Like, I have not come across a deck that I just fallen in love with so much. Then we have the Empress, which as usually is kind of my favourite card. We then have the Emperor. The Emperor is a little bit different in this one. It's usually, to me, it kind of represents a solid standing figure. There's a lot more movement in this card. We then have the Hierophant, which to me is the king, but yeah, it kind of goes through them. They're named a little bit different than normal standard cards. So where you have your Emperors and they can name different things, like the pages and the knights are named differently here. I'm just going to look through and see if I can find some nice. This is the Queen of Wands, which is just stunning again. Some more art. And then, I know I said the Empress is my favourite, but I have two more favourites, which is allowed with this kind of deck. It's just absolutely beautiful. They are the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. Just look at those colours. Like, I could easily get that tattooed on me and be really happy with it, just as is. But yeah. As an actual workable deck, just try to fix the focus. As an actual workable deck, it's, I don't know what the word is, it's not great when it comes to an actual functioning deck. As you can see, the cards are a lot bigger, they're a lot wider than you would usually have in a deck. I'll just get my weight deck, my rider deck, hang on. They're just a lot less, they're a lot harder to hold in your hand. That is my rider weight deck. As you can see, it is a lot wider and a little bit shorter. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you the back of these cards as well. Like, they're absolutely gorgeous, as is the whole deck. Yeah, and with the Rider Waite deck, it's a lot easier to shuffle and to work with when you're doing a reading for someone or yourself. It's a lot easier to shuffle, whereas these cards are a little bit stiffer. The card is a little bit more thicker and it has this gloss coating them that tends to make the cards stick together if they're left for a while. Like, when you haven't used them in a day or two, they will tend to stick depending on how you store them. And when you're putting them back in the box, you're kind of guessing how much goes on each side because they are separated half and half. So I'd say that's roughly about half. Roughly half. So yeah, that was my review of the Bonefire Tarot card set and deck. I would highly recommend these cards, if not as a functioning deck, as a collectible deck. They are, you can work with them, you can do readings, but it's a little more stiffer. It doesn't flow as easily. I find it harder to read, but I do feel a stronger connection to these cards than I do the Rider-Waite cards. So it's kind of, it's not 100% perfect, as nothing is in life, but yeah, a couple of small faults, but regardless, it's still a beautiful deck and well worth the money. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and for my subscribers who have made this far, thank you for your loyalty in watching a video that is not something I would usually do, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Please subscribe and please like this video, and leave a comment down below of any other beautiful decks that you have bought yourselves if you are into tarot cards. And if you're interested in that kind of stuff, add me on Bookstagram. My link will be down below and we can chat about all kind of stuff, and I will talk to you then. Thanks guys, bye.